Shalom! In this week's Parsha, we learn about one of the most frustrating, yet page-turning episodes in the Torah. Korach, a relative of Moshe, was jealous of Moshe's position as leader and rebelled against him. He claimed nepotism in the appointing of Aaron, his brother, as Kohen Gadol. The Parsha relates the confrontation between the two camps. It is an exciting story, one you'll find intriguing and chock full of suspense. But I ask you, this week, don't just read the Parsha. Don't just follow along as it's read in the shul. Analyze the story. Look for the little tidbits of wisdom that are inherent in every episode of the Torah. As Moshe faces the challenge from Korach's camp, he recognizes that this challenge must come to a quick and very decisive end. Instead of procrastinating with endless debate and attempts at convincing Korach and his rebellious group to end their nonsensical trouble, he challenges them to a duel. This isn't the duel of the Old West. Rather, he dares Korach and his people to offer korbanos, and Moshe as well will offer a korban. Whoever's korban is accepted, it will be counted as a sign from God as to who really is the true leader of Bnei Israel. Woe to the one whose korban is not accepted, for that will clearly reflect their dishonesty and treachery. Challenging Korach to a contest for truth decided by God sounds like a very good idea. Yet if we look at an episode in Bava Metzia, a tractate in the Talmud, we can see a very different message. There was an argument between Rabbi Eliezer and the Chachamim over a point in halacha in the Torah. In order to prove his point, Rabbi Eliezer declared that he will perform various miracles as a sign that the heavens are on his side of the debate. A carob tree moves 250 yards. He has a water canal flow backwards, and even has the walls of the base medrash where the debate was taking place bend. Yet the sages remained unconvinced. Finally, as his trump card, he says that let the heavens prove that I am correct. Seemingly, a heavenly voice is manifested and declares Rabbi Eliezer to be the correct one on the side of the debate. Still unconvinced, the sages explain, the Torah said, Lo b'shamayim hi. The Torah is no longer in the heavens, meaning it is no longer up to God to decide which way we go on halacha. Rather, man must use the methodology he's learned by tradition and his own reasoning to come to the decision as to which way we should follow in halacha. The question is, if that's really the point of the story, that man is to use his own reasoning, then why didn't Moshe follow that path himself to prove that Korach was incorrect? Why did Moshe feel the need to relate to divine proof, almost as Rabbi Eliezer did? And yet we see in the Gemara that Rabbi Eliezer wasn't followed even with the divine proof. Why was it that Moshe decided to follow in the path of Rabbi Eliezer and not like the conclusion of the Gemara that we should use logic to prove our points? There's a difference between the story of Rabbi Eliezer and the story that we have in our Parsha in Korach. In Rabbi Eliezer, there was a detail in halacha, not unimportant, but clearly not on the same level as the argument between Korach and Moshe and the fundamentals of the Torah. If Korach was correct and Moshe was just another charismatic leader, what would end up being was that our Torah was not divine in nature at all, in which case we have to ask, why should we follow it? In that case of the fundamental of Judaism, Moshe felt the need to show everybody that God himself declared that Moshe was correct, and that the Torah was not written by Moshe, but by God himself. This episode ends tragically with Korach and his followers being swallowed up by the ground. The Medrash relates that even today, Korach and his followers are underground, saying over and over, Moshe emes v'Torah emes. Moshe is true and his Torah is true. Unfortunately, while eventually Korach's followers figured it out and understood that the Torah is divine in nature, all throughout Jewish history, including till our days, there are people that still deny the divine nature of the Torah. May we pray that they recognize the errors in their ways, and may we be saved from those same errors. Have an authentic Shabbat.